What's poppin', y'all? Tap in, tap in. If you like Substance, go ahead and hit that follow. And remember to share this with your family and friends because we don't want to be successful by ourselves. Let's get into this. The question for today is this. Is your quality of life down because you are afraid to be great? Let that marinate. Is your quality of life down because you are afraid to be great? Now, this can be for a few reasons. There are a lot of people out here who are used to operating in a little bit of dysfunction, or they're used to operating in a little bit of chaos, right? Or they're used to just getting on through life and not being their best, right? Now, what made me think about this was, when I left for work this morning, I got to work a little early. And as I got to work, I'm sitting in the parking lot now. I'm on time. I can go in there and start working. I told myself, you're here on time. You're here a little early. Just sit in the car for a few minutes. You know what I'm saying? Don't go in and start working yet. And right there it hit me. It said, but why? And I said, you know what? I'm used to getting here at the last minute. I'm always used to getting here at the last minute. So that is something that I have, or a habit that I picked up, in which is a bad habit, right? Because you're always at risk of being late. And this is to myself, right? And I said, you know what? That's crazy. When it comes to getting work on time, why don't I just want to be great, right? Why don't I just want to be great and show up right on time, if not early, right? And I said, you know what? That's almost like a mental disease, right? I do the job great, but why do I always get here at the last minute? Anyway, I started thinking, that's how a lot of people operate in life when it comes to their relationships and their marriages and all this other stuff. You have a lot of people who are afraid to be at their best when they're in relationships or marriage or even dating. They don't want to give that other person their all because they question, is this person deserving of it? Or I'm not used to giving my all and being my best, right? And that is the reason why a lot of people are either single, not married, or not in great relationships or marriages, right? Because for whatever reason, they decide not to give that other person their all. They make excuses as to why they're not going to be great within that relationship or within that marriage. Or let's just say someone who's single. They make excuses as to why they're not going to give their all to a potential candidate, right? And that's just something to think about. Is that you? Have you allowed your bad habits to stop you from being great, right? Is that you? Is that you who continues to self-sabotage every relationship you get in? You self-sabotage. What is that all about? Many of you could have great lives and great relationships and great marriages if you would stop being afraid to be great. Go ahead and hit those check marks. Why don't you lead by example or set the example? Be great within that marriage or that relationship. And if that other person is messing up and not acting right, let it be on them, right? Let it fall on them. Stop trying to even the score, right? Whether it be mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, emotionally, whatever way you can think of. Be great in all those areas. Stop trying to even the score, because the better you are, the better they need to be in those areas. Stop saying, oh, well, they ain't looking that good, so I ain't got to look that good. I ain't got to work out. I ain't got to be responsible with my money because they ain't responsible with that. Stop trying to even the score. Stop being afraid to be great. Let me say that. Even spiritually. Oh, well, they don't care. They don't praise God. They don't live for God. So I'm going to do what I want to do. Stop trying to even the score and be great. If they ain't being great on their end, let that fall on them. If you need to cut them off or leave them, so be it. Thanks for listening. I love you all. Be blessed.